It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I wanted to talk about a pressing topic that really just kind of I thought about a lot about recently, and it was this tweet here from Otzdarva that says we really need to do better as a community if we're making new players feel like this. Now I'll try to go ahead and read the image because it might be a little hard to read it. And then we'll look at some replies and whatnot, but we're just gonna go ahead and take a read here. So it says in r/Dead by Daylight on Reddit, it says, should I just refund the game? So it says, question, so friends keep recommending me Dead by Daylight, saying how cool it was, and what ended up convincing me to buy it a few days ago was being able to play as characters I really like, such as Xenomorph or Dracula. But considering how toxic the people that are in the matches I play, I end up not having any fun at all. It's not the game's fault, it's 100% a skill issue on my part. I struggle a lot with actually getting any wins, so I usually get stuff like, quote, you are the worst killer I've ever seen, quote, as Xeno, quote, you are pathetic, quote, easy win dumbass, game end yourself, shit killer, which are all discouraging for me from trying to improve. I've always managed to get matches of people who keep running around the same obstacles and they trap me in an infinite loop, or they continually blind me with the flashlight. Is it always going to be like this, and what should I do? So that is one of the big pressing topics that I wanted to talk about today. And you know, I wanted to talk about this particular topic because I think it says a lot about the state of the game. I think it says a lot about what's really wrong with this game and its community. Is quite literally that. And I understand that as much as people want to try to avoid the us versus them conversations and they end up sitting on the fence very heavily, as much as we have creators that are even adding to the issues that a lot of killers face, I think that it's not even a topic that is discussed enough in the DBD community. And recently you guys have seen my post discussing even Spook and Jukes, right? Like, who has like a pretty big following, pretty big name in the community, and is actively promoting people that are literally causing this sort of thing to happen, right? Because he's endorsing a creator that is directly adding to the main thing that I've been discussing for quite a while, Refined has been discussing for quite a while now, is the big issue with the killer anxiety problem, the fact that killers are ultimately getting ignored and just getting like basically shat on by the DBD community because they're struggling to learn, they're struggling to with the new player experience. And that has been my big issue with this game, is like the mere fact that the community is like this, the mere fact that there is really no answer to this, right? Like the at the end of the day, it's like it's the new player experience. This game is an ocean of information, and it is extremely difficult to even begin to try to play it like as a brand new player. And even speaking for myself, like when we like started the game, like back when like the Ghostface tome dropped, it was quite difficult. Right? I was a trapper player basically at that time. I didn't have any perks, and I was getting the same experience, right? Like where like I'm struggling to play, I'm getting messaged constantly, right? Because I even started on console, so I was getting messaged over and over and over the same exact things that this player is also experiencing. And unfortunately, DBD is a game where it's very sink or swim with its community. It's very sink or swim with its community, unfortunately, because either A, you can sort of trial by fire, you know, brute force your way through, and you sort of take in what they're giving you, and you use that to fuel you. You know what I mean? Or you end up giving up and you're quitting and you're done. And in my opinion, I think that's two paths. I think there's two ways that you could sort of go about it. And the fact of the matter is that I was one of those people that brute forced it. I was one of those people that decided I'm not going to take this lion down. Like, I'm going to learn how to play, win my games, and then show these people, you know, how it's done. You know what I mean? Showing. And as a result, I consider myself to be one of the best Ghostface players in the community. amongst my other peers that also main Ghostface that are at like that we're all like very, very good at our character. And I'm proud to say that to an extent. But the fact of the matter is that this is not true for everybody. This is not true for everyone who is engaging with this game. Like the new player experience is very difficult, right? And as we're seeing with that post there, that it is a massive problem, right? And unfortunately with the DBD community, it just seems like as if like the killer players are completely ignored. They don't care. They actively just seem as if that they just have no, like they don't care. That's what it seems like to me. And it's really unfortunate because as much as people like to get on their soapbox and complain about what killers do constantly, and they come up with these brain rotted takes that have no basis in reality, the fact of the matter is that we still need to talk about the killer people, like because, you know, as I just said, the killer players, because they're people too. Like these are also people trying to enjoy the game. And even speaking for myself, like I was playing the event, as you can see on the screen here, literally played this yesterday at the time of recording. But I played these matches essentially, and literally it was just back-to-back like swips, right? Back-to-back sweaty matches, and even a bully squad, multiple bully squads in a row. And one of the main things that I mentioned on stream was like I'd never asked to go against these teams. I never asked to go against any of this. Like I am specifically just loading up an event, using the brand new skin, trying to talk with everybody in chat and have a good time. And just because like I am not brand new to the game and I can counter these bully squads and I can still end up winning, even though that the gens are still at the speed of light lately, even though I have the experience to counter these things, it doesn't make it fun for me. It doesn't make it enjoyable for me. I'm not having fun. You know, if anything, I'm getting stressed out and exhausted. Like it's mentally exhausting to just sit there and have to play as hard as I do in order to actually just be able to get some kills, because I am unfortunately maining one of the weakest killers in the game, and that is just a sad reality of the game balancing. It is not favorable to lower tier killers. And the fact of the matter is just that it really seems to me like that, from my perspective, doesn't seem like there's like enough people talking about the issues with playing killer, the issues and the experience and the pain and suffering, essentially. To be a little dramatic, but you know, you know, jokes aside, of course, the stress, like the killer anxiety, is a real thing, and the fact that people that can sit there and be privileged enough to not experience it is crazy. And then on top of that, like sort of insult and berate people who do experience anxiety is crazy to me, to say the least. I have to say, like, it's kind of insane. And the fact of the matter is that I want to be able to give the killer players a voice when I talk about this. I want to be able to, just like Refined as well, like I want to also be on that same sort of team, you know, where we're trying to give killer mains a voice. We're trying to show that yes, like killer players are also people too. As much as we can sit here and listen to the brain rot and listen to the BS that a lot of these entitled Survivor players are trying to give us. And mind you, I need to preface, it's not all right? Not all Survivor players are entitled, but because I am referring to those who are. So if you aren't, then we're not talking about you. Either way, all right, fact of the matter is, right, I don't think anybody should be loading up a game like this and feel the way that this person is feeling, because this is one person who decided to be public about it, but there's probably many people that have not said a word. There's probably plenty of people that have loaded up the game and felt the same way and just never said anything. They just delete the game or refund it and then call it a day. They're like, you know what, I'm good. I don't want to play this anymore. You know what I mean? And I think that is a problem. Like we're alienating a lot of new players. We're sitting here and trying to, like, I don't even understand it really. Like I understand it from a monetary standpoint, in the sense that like behavior specifically wants to like milk all the money they can as survivors, That's why they cater to them. That's why they only want to make them happy. That's why they only buff them. That's why they only give them updates and that are actually, you know, good and substantial. You know what I mean? I get it. However, the problem is that the killer players are so left behind. They're still alienated in this sense, and then they're just completely ignored in a lot of ways. And, you know, I guess I'm on my soapbox to really say that, like, there's a lot of issues within the DBD community. And this is just purely one of them. Like, this is just one of those things that we really need to put to light, because there really should not be anybody who feels like that, bro. Like, that's not really fair. So let's go ahead and also take a look at the replies as well, just to quickly see what other people amongst the community are also discussing. All right, so let's take a read here. So it seems like we have a couple people. So one person says, unfortunately, it's too late. The DBD community doesn't self-police enough, and now it's full of the worst melts on the planet. We would absolutely recommend this player to refund. Crazy to me that there's still people that actively will like, I don't know why they do this, man. Like, they actively just sit there and defend like stupid stuff like this. Like, this, I don't think this has any reason to be defended. I don't think there's any way that you could find some kind of way around this, right? But here we are. So there they go. This has to be bait sympathy post because there's zero chance he got that much hate in 2 hours only. You can't refund on Steam if you played for more than 2 hours. I get some people are toxic, but there's no way all his games are like that. You usually don't get that many that talk at all. So we're fueling this by anecdotal. So I love this person's response, because Survivor remains on their way to ignore all the problems of the game because it caters to them. I 100% agree with this, because how is it that you just can't fathom the concept that they can experience that? And then, as we can see here, I mean, it's right there. P100, 5 different survivors. Like, it speaks for itself. Like, come on now. Like, but they want to say zero comprehension. Like, no, it's all written right there. You're just saying that there's zero chance without any evidence, and then you say you usually don't get that from their anecdotal experience. Like, come on, bro. So I agree with this person too. They say the gameplay needs to change. I'm saying this for 5+ years. You can't keep catering to sweats with stupid new perks and powers and expect new players and casuals to be able to have a good time. Or reading has ruined the horror aspect of this game. I think it needs to be removed from Survivor, at least. Like, I don't think Survivor really needs aura reading on killers so that it actually can make them a little more scary from that standpoint. But yeah. Oh, so Lilith Open actually responded. He says, unironically, I see new people come into chat all the time asking about the game, only be met with mostly sarcastic comments about how much it sucks. And I can't imagine anything more disheartening regarding a game we all enjoy. For what it's worth, anyone new to the game is always welcome to come to me for advice, discussion, or a place to be without judgment. And let's see what the responses are for that. So they say that I definitely turned some of my friends away. It's not the type of game a casual player can enjoy. We joke about needing thousands of hours over someone isn't new to the game, but those thousands of hours are painful, can be unfun, the skill. Yeah, basically. I mean, I say that, like, speaking for myself, like, when I started, it wasn't fun. It wasn't easy. It wasn't enjoyable. But because I had gone through so many, like, losses, I was like, I want to win this goddamn game. Like, I want to win some matches. So I went in and I learned as much as I could, and I was able to stomp like a lot, still lose as well, but also stomp a lot and be able to kind of get into the game because of it, and kind of be proud that I was able to actually get some wins out, considering how ridiculous that the game was. So this person says the rhetoric of how horrible the game is in so many chats makes me sad. I love this game, always have, always will. Just give new people fair warning that it is a PvP game and not to take anything said by people in the game to heart. Yeah, it is interesting to me. Like, you know, a lot of people say they love the game and they love this game, and it's like, I mean, personally, I just don't. Like, I don't know. I don't understand what that is like. I think I've always like sort of just tolerated the game. I can't say I love the game by any means. I really can't. And you know, maybe people can sound off as to why they love the game, but I don't think I have. I just think I just like out of spite, like just sort of like powered through the toxicity and was like, I'm going to win my games and I'm going to make it through and come out on top on this because you know the like that new player experience where you're getting like shit talking and insulted and told to end your own life and everything for playing a video game is not for the faint of heart. But I was like, I'm just going to, out of spite, I think was the good accurate assessment, out of spite, just power through this thing and try to win, you know. So this person says, might be a hot take, I want to hear this. So it says, I've been playing since 2017, played both sides. I barely play the game unless a really good license is out. Yo, for real. Yo, oh man, it's so true. Ah, this one's an interesting one. It said, make anonymous mode mandatory and always on, disable post game chat. I feel this is the best way to handle this at this point. That's kind of interesting. So this person says, freed yourself from this game. Odds the woodsman in fear and hunger is more welcoming than behavior in the DBD community. I wish I could do the same. I feel like it's so hard to sort of shift, I think, especially when you're kind of like when you start out with something. That's how content works. This person says, I say this with absolute certainty. Endgame chat needs to be removed. This community has shown time and time again they cannot be trusted with any form of direct player-to-player chatting. Very true. Then you also have another person defending the toxicity, of course, by saying this is nonsense. You'll maybe get one or two. There's no way this person gets so much toxicity. Like, stop it, bro. Like, what are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? Yeah, people talking about the MMR system too. Look right here. So this person said, I came back after 3 years playing a weak killer and every single post-game chat was like this. Like, I just don't understand how people can, with a straight face, like defend it. Like that they defend the toxicity in the community. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, how did we get here? Like, how did we get here where now we're defending it? I don't understand it. It's so weird to me. And then this person like quotes, is it always gonna be like this? Damn, like that's how I felt about reading, like when I read it too. Yep, this post right here is perfect. It's not all survivors, but always a survivor, huh? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Like, you're right. Why is it that way, bro? And then of course somebody starts crying about blight. I don't know why, like it always defaults to just blight. But apparently, yo, it's kind of insane, bro. So this person responds by saying, so let me understand your poor brain dead logic. Are you saying that using mechanics and characters in a game, blight and its add-ons, justifies insulting and wishing death things your survivor mains do? Is that right? And he, my goodness, and then he wrote up like the yeah, yeah, and of course he got the one survivor main. It's both sides. Like, no, not necessarily. Like, it's usually a lot of survivor players like are way worse, like from what we've seen with just from any and every match we've ever seen. I mean, even we even had the brownie who conducted a test. He got no messages from killers when he played survivor, but every time he played killer, he got end game chats and messages from almost 17 out of the 20 matches were all killers. Like for while he played killer was all survivor messages and threats and all this type of stuff. It was kind of insane when you really think about it. And this person says it's been an issue for years, almost had 5,000 hours, quit playing just because how toxic it was. Damn, dude, everybody's here. And of course, yep, another survivor main wants to cry and complain that they're not being represented when they're overly represented. As you can see. Good job cherry picking a killer-sided one. It's like I think the fact of the matter is people bring up the killer experience because it's not talked about enough. Like survivors are crying constantly in forums, Twitter, wherever you want, constantly. So the second like they talk about killer, oh, you're not talking about survivors. Like, come on now. And then they want to say, no, I don't condone it. Yes, you do. Like, yes, you do. Like, come on now. Because you're saying they need to be responsible instead of pushing sob story. It's like, really? It's like, why is this person's experience with toxicity in the game that is well known across many different people who would say the same thing somehow invalidated because they're playing on killer? Like, let's really be so for real. But yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of talk about today. I think that this is one of the biggest glaring issues in the DBD community. And this is one of the main things I want to talk about with this kind of content that we're doing here, because the fact of the matter is there's a lot of people that are leaving the game, survivors and killers included. And I'm just trying to make sure that killers are also being heard and being represented in some kind of way, because you know, there's already enough survivor crying, screeching, you know, complaining on Twitter and forums, but killer players are people too, and they need to be heard as well. Like, that is how that goes, you know? That's how it should be. You know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is, like, you know, I don't want to make it an us versus them, you know what I mean? But it's just like the tweet we just saw, like, it's not all survivors, but it seems like it's always a survivor, you know? We try to follow patterns. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't get it. And I always have to preface, like, there are wonderful survivor main creators out there, wonderful creators that I follow specifically. Like, I completely endorse them. They're incredible. And it's unfortunate, like, the bad apples end up kind of ruining the bunch, you know what I mean? But that is really the point. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Consider supporting the channel with the links in the description. You can become a member on the YouTube or to the Patreon to have access to exclusive content you're not getting anywhere else, and a bunch of perks and other cool stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know. Well, I wanted to go ahead and take some time out to thank all my members from Patreon with Crow King 101, my YouTube members, Majora Jeff, Endire, Evil Peachy YT, Zero Mocker, Christian, Hexdev, and Crow Vader, and for my Twitch subscribers, Cake is the Road, Danica 2002, Final Girl _ Bunny, Acklefin, Chili Cinderace, Zero Mocker, Ginsburg, Johns 117 _ Lovely Ghost TTV, Jar TTV, Zazaboo, and Crow Vader. Just wanted to thank you guys. And if you also want to have your name read off at the end of every video, make sure you join on one of these platforms to get one of those perks, as well as the other perks you get. So appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much.